Hey everybody, welcome to Roll or Troll. Hi, I am your host and guest, I guess guest artist? I don't know, artist, whatever. Roll or Troll is back on Behance and YouTube. It started here surprisingly last April. We had our Friday version of this that kind of went under the radar. And then we've been on Twitch. We're not on Twitch today, but we are on YouTube and right here on Behance. The polls will be all over on YouTube, but if you want to stick around and Behance, I'm going to be looking at both chats. They are over here. So, hi, chat. What's up? Umacorn, welcome, Paloma. This is new for Paloma, which is good because we have to describe what we're doing here. If you've not been to a roller troll, it's usually 2 hours over on Twitch. It is not 2 hours today. It is 1 hour, so we have to get to it. But how this works is I roll a 20-sided die, and that will take us over to our key with whatever the result is on the die. And you guys get to choose that in the poll. And then I will reveal the mask. And today's special reveal, let's see if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. Today, since we usually start with a poll, like what does chat want to do? And we have a couple options. Today, because we are limited on time, we're going to have something we've never done before. It's going to focus on NPCs. So this is NPCs the day. Yeah, I know. You don't know. I can hear the groans from here. But basically what this means is we're going to have a bunch of options that are what NPCs, non-player characters that you might find in a video game or, even some movie kind of tropey stuff, depending on what we get on the roll. But we have to start things off with a roll. So let's go ahead and get going. Oh, before we get going, chat, I know we're limited on time, but as these come across, I don't have things like make them an elf or, a dwarf or whatever. Feel free to make suggestions all throughout the way because we're kind of just shooting from the hip on this one with all the portraits that hopefully we can get done. But let's take a look. Oh no, we have to go to the roll. We have to get to the roll. Okay, here we go. Got the dice cam going. Here's our roll. We got an 8. I don't know what an 8 is. I have to go and reveal it for us over here. And then we navigate to the 8. That's good. Let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? Oh, okay. So we're starting off. This is option A good night, folks, as in a good night, and an act of piracy. So we can either have a knight of some sort or a pirate of some sort. So knight or pirate is the poll options. Those are the poll options. You will find that over on YouTube, by the way. What's up, Bree? How's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all of those things. Now, I full disclosure here, we'll select these as we go, as we get some poll options. Normally, we do a first poll so that I can get started on something. But since we don't have that, I've just got some sketches I've already started, and I'm going to keep working on just goofing around. We'll probably start a bunch of layers in this session with a bunch of there's some wrinkles to it. There are some wrinkles. But the poll is up, so we have knight or pirate as our options. And we got to get going. So, folks, please go vote as fast as you can. There's only so much sketching I can do before it just feels like I'm wasting time. I mean, we're not wasting time. We're here to have a good time and, whatever. I don't know how. Wait, I don't want to vote. How can I just watch? I'm not seeing any votes. I've got no votes. Maybe I need to. Oh no, there are 8 votes. I see. I just don't see the results. How can I see the results? I guess we'll call it As soon as there's not a tie, I don't know. You got to get your votes in fast because we're trying to run and gun here. Why am I so many reference to guns? I don't. That's not my thing. So I don't know. You can vote. Yeah, I know I can vote. I will abstain from voting. I guess that's maybe the only way I can see the results. Yeah, I guess close it. If there's 11 votes, or as soon as there's not a tie, then I can see the results. I don't know what this thing is that I'm sketching right now that now has a mustache and a little chin thingy, some big bushy eyebrows. Now there's 12 votes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we get a pirate. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to start working on our pirate, and you guys can shout out things like eye patch or feather in the hat or whatever stuff like that. I'm going to keep looking at it. My vote counts. Thank you. It does, but I'm going to try not to vote. That's kind of been an ongoing thing. I think maybe I voted once. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to start a new layer. Call this pirate, but we're going to get a poll going for another role because this way you guys can vote while I'm drawing. And let's take a look at what we get here. I'm going to choose a new die. Whoop, 14. 14. Now, there is an option where this may not work out for us. Odds are this has happened before, so I'm going to go ahead and select that we chose an act of piracy. Shout out to all the pirates out there. I'm going to select this, make sure it's selected. Okay. 14 reveal. Whoop. We have Paladin around. So a paladin, someone who does good deeds, usually kind of a knight character. So that's good you guys didn't choose knight. Or option B, adoring fan. If there are any gamers out there, you guys might get the reference. Definitely a notable NPC. So we have those two options. Vote all you want because I'm gonna go back to drawing. I'm gonna get us a pirate out here, hopefully quickly, and then I'll look at what we have going on. Wooden leg. Well, we're only doing portraits. I guess he could be like chewing on the wooden leg. Or we could just draw the wooden leg. Here's the stump. Maybe he's got a boot. What's that, a boot? There you go. Wooden leg, boot. There it is. I don't know that you would put, I don't know. Usually you don't put a boot on the end of them, but I think this is kind of funny. Okay, pirate. We got to do a pirate. See, I'm already distracted, folks. I don't know why. Now, is this like an older pirate, younger pirate? Today feels inspired by Oblivion. Yeah, adoring fan. Somebody's getting it. Somebody's getting it. Bree has voted. What's up, Ryan? What kind of pirate are we going for here? We got a traditional, I mean, is it a Captain Jack style thing? I feel like, I don't know, sharp features. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's feeling kind of young. Feeling kind of on the youngish side. Good old peg head and yeah, just a block of wood on top of the shoulders. Done. Here we go. We'll do that one. I keep getting distracted, but that's what this is all about. Here. There we go. Kind of like a SpongeBob with a pirate hat. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Getting distracted. I feel like he's got like a turned up nose. Not like turned up, but turning the nose up. Ooh, mustache, beard. What are we thinking? I'm going stash for now until I hear otherwise. I'm gonna stash this guy up. And I can only imagine we're getting a ton of side-eye today. If you're not familiar, usually there's a bit of side-eye in all of my drawings. Not all of them. It probably has a big coat, some sort of big collared coat on. Unfortunately, this is all one layer now. I can fix that if I need to. Always flip if you need to kind of get an idea of what's going on. I feel like there's a bit of a smile happening behind here. Big bushy eyebrow. I'm going to get this hat going on a little bit better. Oh yeah, there was supposed to be hair coming out, I think. Looking like Robin Hood. Okay, okay. Yeah, we'll give him a little bit of a head wrap. Maybe knock down some of the Robin Hood vibes. It's supposed to be a tri-corner hat going on here. But we're not going to get too far in depth because I want to continue on to the other options. Probably a couple of earrings. Something like that. Imagine he has some sort of big bulky coat on. We can drop some. Sorry, blockhead, you gotta go. We'll keep him. I'll make him a new layer. Control-Shift-J puts that on a new layer. Controller Command-Shift-J. I guess I should say for all the Mac users. Which, by the way, I recently I'm now a Mac owner. No judgment. It is not that easy switching between the finger placement for hotkeys, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there. Thought it was gonna be, you know, smooth sailing, pirate pun, intended, I guess. It was I mean, I have to think about it. That's the problem. It's not reflex at this point. And I don't know when it will be because it's a laptop that I don't use very often. So I guess there's that. Okay, we got a little pirate something happening here. Probably won't get time to clean it up because I'm going to move on to see what you guys picked. I guess we can close the other poll depending on if there's a tie or not. I haven't even looked yet. Well, I think it's just what you get used to, you know. Well, not quite, Oliver. Welcome to the Mac side. I've been doing both for a while, as far as like iPad slash, you know, PC. I don't think the PC Master Race is going anywhere. That's probably the worst way to put that. It's just a phrase. It's just a saying. But I have enjoyed having the freedom of the laptop. All right, what do we got over here? Adoring Fan has won. Okay, excellent. If you guys don't know what that reference is from, people in chat may have already said, go ahead, tell us again. What's that from? It's an actual NPC. Ooh, that turn made it not smiley. I wanted to keep him smiley, I think. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of a dimple just to make sure we're smiling still. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next. Pirate is done. We have to roll, though. We got to roll. Okay, let's get a roll going. We can start this next one. Here we go. Got a new fresh 20-sided die for us. Which a terrible roll. A 1. Natural 1, folks. Natural 1. Well, I know what this one is because for the first 7 roller trolls. Here, let's go full screen. For this first 7 roller trolls, there was a natural 20 or a 20 revealed every time. As soon as I mentioned it in like episode 7 or whatever it was, never again. I think even in that episode, so episode 6 probably was the last time. But I went ahead and switched it up. And I know this is not a natural 20, but it's a natural 1. We might get there if we hit a natural 20. But I went and changed both of the 1 and the 20 at that point because I was like, you know what? We need to up the stakes a little bit. And I may have just ruined this entire stream for us. Because here are the options. I'm going to go ahead and get our Adoring Fan going. But here are the options. The upside down or color me bad. So the upside down means I will draw the next prompt. After this, we'll vote for this. We'll roll again. Hopefully we'll get something we can actually draw. I will draw it upside down and see what happens. Or we can actually do something we've never done on Roller Troll and just jump in with color, whatever that next option is. And it may turn into a painting stream, and we may do that for the next 40 minutes. I mean, hey, you make the choices. That's all I'm saying. So those are the options there. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I selected Adoring Fan. There we go. And I'm actually going to pull up. I know you know what? I'm not going to pull up reference. I know what the Adoring Fan looks like, sort of. So let's just try. Let's just try. It'll be my version anyway, because, you know, copyrights, I guess. And Adoring Fan. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, I think started in Oblivion. I think there's like a version of it in almost every Bethesda game. There's some sort of Adoring Fan. Adoring Fan Remastered, yes. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. And he looks off. I'm sorry. To me, the Adoring Fan just looks off. Not like in any bad way necessarily, but just something's not right. something. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it with this guy. Bump him up a little bit. And he's got some kind of weird Dairy Queen hairdo, like a, what is it, a dip cone or something? I don't know what it's called. It's got some funky kind of hairdo going on. I usually don't start with the hair, but hey, here we are. I'm gonna give him some. I'm gonna give him some excited. Well, let me look nervous. I don't know. Here, we're gonna try some things today. He's certainly a mouth breather, I think. Maybe I'm painting him in too poor of a picture. Definitely not drawing him the best. Yeah, I got the old swirly soft serve hairdo. Maybe he's just going to look surprised. I don't know. I was trying to go with the little teeth there. Was he human? Is he human or an elf? I feel like, I don't know. This one's an elf or something. This may be the most hideous thing I've drawn. Don't judge me. There's time pressure. That's what's wrong. That's why this is all going sideways. We've never had time pressure before on Roller Troll. Wish you could grow a stash like that pirate. Yeah, a wood elf. There we go. Oliver. Oliver's coming to the rescue. I don't, you know what? It doesn't really matter. As long as he looks off, I think I'll be happy with it. People's like, what do you mean by off, Wade? What are you saying? He's overexcited. That's the whole thing. He's a bit excitable, I should say. Wait, let's see. Can we get into look at camera kind of off? Now he's got sleepy eyes. Look, don't judge me. I'm going to see the top of his eyes. Now he's afraid. You know what? Be afraid. What is happening? We should have just stopped at pirate. That you know what? That's the key, guys. That's the key to life. Just stop at pirate. You know, if you do pirate, just stop there. What happened to Wade's stream? He didn't stop at pirate. He kept going. Went too far. All right, let's move this. Let's move this hair. I'm gonna move this mouth up. There we go. It's a little bit more creepy. That's really all I ever want for Roller Troll. Did we get creepy or not? Did we approach creep? Maximum creep? Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. We don't ever want to do that. There we go. Okay. Something. I'm gonna move all of him. Let's see, move him down a little bit. I want to fix his hair, and I think we'll move on from there. I guess if there's not a tie on that, yeah, there we go. Okay. Color me bad. Okay, we'll have to do. Let me fix this hair, and then we'll see what we can jump into. Sorry, adoring fan. Sorry, not sorry. We got to move on, bud. We tried. I think it was a valiant effort. I don't know. I do want to fix your hair, though. I think I can't do you that in just... Well, I kind of did you wrong. I kind of did you dirty already. But, I'm trying. I'm trying to fix it. There's a point where starting over is always an option in your work. I'm not going to say we necessarily got there with this one, but, kind of like, those movies that don't quite make it. They're okay. They might be up for consideration, but they're never actually going to win any prizes. I think that's where we landed with Home Slice here. I actually like where the hair is going now. Of course I like where the hair is going now that I've ruined him. Okay. Adoring fan. Actually didn't think we did too bad considering where we started. All right, now I've been avoiding this color me bad. Whew. Okay. Let's do a roll, shall we? Let's just do that. We're already at the sighing point at this roller troll. I hope we get something that is something like... Oh, actually, you know what? It might work out. Oh no. Wait. Oh, I did it. I didn't go to the cam, guys. We rolled a 13, but I can't not do the cam. So we're going to roll that again. Okay. That's right out of the box. Let's try that again. 7. So we got a 13 hanging. So if we need an option, we can always come back to 13. Or should we take the 13? Put up a poll. I'm kidding. Don't do that. We'll do 7, and then maybe we'll just see what's hiding behind 13 after we do 7. Upside down. Let's go check out 7. Let's see. Option. Oh, perfect. Tools of the trade. 1d4. Okay. This might actually work out. So we have to paint the next thing that we're doing. And it may not actually be a portrait, because we're going to go ahead and peek under 13. And the way what Tools of the Trade does is if they're, say we had pirate like we did before, I would have to draw like the sword or maybe the peg leg thing like we did, something like that. So let's see what we got. Wonder if it's going to be, okay. Hardy Henchman or Wormy Whisperer. Okay, we have options. Actually, you know what? You know what we could do? Let me see what Adoring... Does the Adoring fan have any accoutrement? See, he's holding a torch. He holds a torch, I believe, at one point. So we could do that, and then we can move on to painting a Hardy Henchman. I was literally going to do a poll. Yeah, that's why I was trying to stop you. All right, we're at a crossroads here. We don't have a lot of time. Let's just do real quick. Let's just do a torch. I won't paint this. I'll paint one of... So, Cody, Hardy Henchman or Wormy Whisper. There's no poll for Tools of the Trade. I have to roll a 1d4. I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, maybe we'll do a little bit of both. We'll just do tools of the trade for both of these. So let's see. Go to the dice cam. No fanfare. We'll roll a 1d4. We got a 2 on the roller troll forged die. Look at this, guys. This is a roller troll forged die. All right, so we have a 2. We'll do 1 for. We'll do the torch while we wait. That's what we'll do. Let me scoot back over here. So I'll pop up the adoring fan. You're back. You made it back, fella. And I will move him over to the side, and I will start working on the little torch that he apparently is holding in one scene. I don't know what he has in. I think he is also in. What is the name? Starfield. I think he's also in Starfield, or a similar character. Anyway, all right. Let's just do like a little knobby torch thing. So maybe it was started off as a tree branch. This isn't going to take very long. So guys, be sure and vote for the Hardy Henchman or the Wormy Whisperer. And we will attempt probably a value. We could try a full painting. My process is usually a value painting of some sort. And then use multiply layers, or sometimes I'll just start from scratch because I like being familiar with the subject before working on a final piece. So I will sometimes start from scratch with colors based off of the sketch. It just depends. It depends on what I want, what I feel like that day. So I'm going to say there's a wrap around the bottom of this torch. I don't know, because the wood heats up. No, that's not how that works, Wade. Anyway, we're going to say there's probably a bundle of oil-soaked rags and such, and then we've got some flame coming off. Sorry, late. What's up, Marcia? Yeah. Oh, wait. Were you over on Twitch? Oh, yeah. Or where? Yeah, I know. Trust me. With you on that. Yeah, we've been on Twitch. For you guys that don't know, Mondays usually is where Roller Troll has been. But today is a 1 hour special NPC edition, I guess. You know, sometimes, I don't know if you've ever noticed torches that they use for movies and stuff. You know, obviously they're just soaked in oil and they're on fire. But the drippings are always fun to watch because you can see people flinching from them if you pay attention. I'm sure they're told not to, but, you know, fire. I don't like the way that. I'm just going to end it bluntly. Look, a torch stick thing. Okay. End it if you can. If we don't have a tie. And we'll jump over to this painting real quick. And if you don't know, this is a torch. If you have to write it out, probably didn't paint it or draw it well enough. Wormy Whisper. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and start a poll. I don't know where we're going to get with this. We may be doing this for a moment. I have no idea. I'm probably just going to do a sketch, you know, like a painted sketch, just like all the drawings. But we'll see. All right, dice cam. We have to get another poll going. I'm going to choose the red one here. 19. Oh my gosh. I know 19. I know what 19 is. And it's just going to have to wait. We'll do it. I'll show you what 19 is. 19 is not a poll, So Cody, you can take a moment. 19 is, now that's what I call Trolling Volume 9. And that means we'll actually, for once, draw a troll portrait. We've had some troll patrol and other stuff like that, but they've always been really loose. But we'll do a troll sketch. How about that? But first, we have to paint this Wormy Whisperer. And I'm thinking, what are you guys thinking for Wormy Whisperer? I think along the lines of like Worm Tongue, or like a henchman that's whispering into the ear. That sort of thing. So you can start listing out whatever traits you want to see. We'll see if we can include them. I'm just going to call this Wormy. I'm thinking somewhat slender, dark hair, maybe greasy hair. Oh, I have to paint this, don't I? Okay, I'm going to do a value painting. It's going to look a lot like, it's going to look, oh, did I switch this around? I did. It's going to look weird, so just bear with me. And there will be definitely some drawing elements that are happening. But this, I'm using a soft edge brush on one side, and that's what's giving me the volume that I'm using. And it acts differently on an upstroke and a downstroke, or a left and a right. You can kind of see right there. Let me make sure I'm not missing something. Weird is good. I completely agree. No brainworms. No, this is a no brainworms situation here. I'm going to give this guy like a long, kind of a long chin situation. Probably going to hit him up with some dark brow. Again, sort of painting, sort of drawing. It's a little bit in between, defining some of these edges as we go. A little bit of a snarl, maybe. A little snarly Charlie. Also use a smudge brush quite a bit with this method. It's more just kind of blocking in. I don't really have color scheme in mind. I know this is very light as well, like not contrasty. Partially intentional at the beginning, because then I can come in and make things a lot darker to give me a little bit of emphasis where I want it, if I want it. Like probably a nostril would be a little bit darker. Again, not looking great. That's okay. We're only a few minutes into it, so don't expect too much from yourself when you're kind of sketching this stuff out. Ooh, I think he's gonna have schmarmy greaseback. No offense to anybody that has schmarmy greaseback hair, but that's just an evil indicator. Not always. No offense to everyone that might have that. Oops. I mean, at least you have hair you can style, right? I'm not casting any judgment. We could do like, ooh, we could do like the pull back, but then the kind of greasy. Yeah, I think we got something like this happening. Recenter this a little bit. But you can see how this would take a lot longer than the drawings that we were doing. So again, that's why I've never done a bunch of painting. There's definitely been streams where I've painted, not roller trolls. But you can see why on roller troll we don't deal with a lot of color and a lot of that stuff. There's just not a lot of time, and I'd rather get to this at least getting closer to something for the sketch portion to be done when working on doing a roller troll. That's just my preference. I wonder if we can bring his nostril up. Let's see. Yeah, bring that up a little bit. Give me a little bit more pointed nose. Probably have to smudge some of this out. We wanted that snarl, but I'm not really buying the snarl. Thin lips, got that thin lips. Again, I'm not calling anybody out. We're not calling anybody out. If you have thin lips, you have thin lips. It's like, why is this all about casting shade? It's not. It's not. Let's see. Or an undercut. Oh, that's a great idea. I think I've kind of gone too far at this point. I mean, we could do an undercut. I want to get the troll in, so I'm a little worried on time right now. I think we're close enough on this guy. If I can reel it in a little bit, maybe give him a little bit of an ear poking out. Maybe he too is some kind of dark, like some kind of elf or something. Maybe we hint at a shave. It doesn't quite work, but I think you get it. I think you get it. We tried the undercut. But I do want to add some highlights to this just to officially call it sort of a painting. It's not quite a painting. It's a little bit in between. I would call it a rough value sketch at this point. Let's move him up a little bit. Give me a little bit of room to work with. And block all this stuff in. Very sketchy, very sketchy. And I feel like he's pretty whispery, worm tonguey. Ooh, don't say it that way. Don't do that. All right, let's hit him up with some highlights real quick. I'm going to switch back over to that square chalk brush that I use. And, you don't have to use highlights, but let's see what we can get here. That is a pink. I don't want that. Actually, I'm going to do this on its own layer too, just so we have a little bit of... let's see, maybe we get... I'm trying to figure out if I want him to be lit, or just... You know what? I think I'm going to keep with the front lit for the most part. Just so we see some details pop out from the front. Get a little eye glint, possibly. Just a little bit on top of this cheek. Possibly a little bit on this mandible. Ooh, you know what we could do? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, this is the problem. I'm going to get carried away here, and I'm going to run out of time. I'm not going to really jump too much into hitting these highlights for this fella. But I am going to drop in. I already did this all in one layer. Cool. But I am going to give him a little bit of a shave. A 5 o'clock shadow. Make him a little bit more schmarmy. There we go. Okay. So that was sort of a painting. You could do a lot more. But I want to get to this troll. Should we, we'll start another poll. We only have an hour, so we've got like 10 minutes. I'm going to start another poll. Just bear with me. We may not get to this one. This may be the cliffhanger for if they ever want to bring me back again to do any kind of roll or troll. So there we go. There's our roll. Oh, it's an 18. What was 18? I don't think this is I think this is another not an option. You know what? I'm going to take a sneak peek at 18. Oh, no, it is an option. Oh, it's a good one, too. I wish we'd had this earlier. Let's go back. I know you guys can't see my screen, but I had to take a sneak peek. Whoa, hello? Hotkeys. Hold on. Pay no attention to all of this. There we go. I was still over in OBS and I hit a hotkey. Oops. Okay. Over on 18, we do have two options. Oh, no. No, okay. We're good. First one. Nice to meet you, dog. That's a reference to a real NPC. If anybody knows what that is, please shout out the game or, what you might know. This one also is Dino Green Egg Spitting Machine. So these are the two options. We may not get to it. Maybe we can get to it if we go really fast. Really, really fast. No lip shaming. That's right, Penny. Okay. Where are we? We need to go back to our here we go. So it's really, you know what? We could. Okay, I don't have time. Wormy gone. Troll. We're going to do a troll, guys. It has been a minute. Let's see what happens. I'm going to just make some shapes. So the poll is up, I believe. Oh, is there a poll up? Oh, it's probably hard to write all of that. Nice to meet you, dog. Yeah. Does anybody know what these are from? Come on. I can't be the only one. First one's kind of obvious. Well, they're both obvious. All right, so I'm going for some small little beady eyes here. And I'm definitely, if I want this to be a troll, we're going to get some tusks coming in here. Old tusk tooth. Probably going to get a little protruding lip action happening. Definitely want there to be a strong jaw, chin. And draw this tusk up like this. Something like that. Man, it has been a minute since I've done any kind of troll. Now that I'm drawing this, I'm like, why would you do this to yourself? Where's Jack Watson? She always says that. You did it to yourself, Wade. It's like, I know I did. Trying to work a little bit faster because I do want to get to at least a sketch of that last one. Let's give this guy some cheek. Jack's still here. Okay, Jack, you've warned me in the past, but I never listen. Maybe that's on me. All right, I'm going to give this guy a little bit of little beady eyes. Kind of looking down at us in a way. It's like, you call this a roller troll? It's only an hour long. What do you mean? Get out of here. That's the troll saying it, guys, not me. That's the troll saying it. Like, how dare you? Oh, plenty of time. I even have time to throw on a mohawk on this fella. All right, end that other poll and we'll see if we can get a sketch going. Mohawk that maybe ends in like a braid or something. I don't know. There are a lot of like sketch lines here that's probably throwing a little bit confusing. That's okay. There we go. We got something. We got something like a troll. All right, what one? Nice to meet you, dog. Okay, that's if anybody didn't know, dog meat. Anybody? Fallout? It's actually there's actually a movie that I think that came from. So technically that's a character from a weird post-apocalyptic movie. What's up, Rick? How's it going? Just in time. We're going to try. This is going to be terrible, guys. You know what? Why not? Why not end Roller Troll with a terrible drawing? I am going to look up. There we go. We'll just do. I mean, our dog meat doesn't have to be like the dog meat, right? It's not really fair. Not really fair to dog meat. I believe dog meat is a German Shepherd, correct? We'll do it. We'll do a caricature. It's kind of what we've done all day, to be honest. It's just it's really quick version of Roller Troll. All these sketch lines makes it look like there's a muzzle on it, but that's okay. We'll try to keep this not super realistic, obviously. And I think he has like a signature bandana. Like a Western bandana type thing. With the paisleys and all the stuff. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but he's got a little red bandana. And he's a good boy. He's a good boy. There we go. That's our dog meat. And that's going to do it for us, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today, and all of the Roller Troll. I don't think that I can put all of this stuff out here, but we'll leave our troll and dog meat together. Just a couple more minutes. That's right. But like I said, if you haven't checked out any of the other Roller Trolls, you can still watch them over on the Adobe Twitch channel. They are available as VODs. If you can't find them there, you can probably find some of them on my Twitch channel. You can also, I think I'm going to upload all of them, including this one, to my YouTube channel, which it's not an active YouTube channel. But that is going to do it for me. Thanks everybody that came in and suggested. Let's see. Yeah, this is the end of it. This is a 1 hour special. It was super short. But again, thanks everybody. There is more to come today on Adobe Live and on Behance and YouTube. So be sure to check that out, and hopefully we will see you guys real soon. Bye, everybody.